Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm sorry that I have been MIA for a little bit. My pregnancy updates just kind of started to sound the same to me, and I got a little bored of watching myself say the same things over and over, so I decided to take a little break. And also we had to go back to Orlando to do some work stuff, and then we took a little baby moon to Destin, Florida. If you don't know what a baby moon is, it's supposed to be the trip that you take before the baby's born, kind of like one last hurrah. But as you will soon find out, that wasn't our last hurrah. We did take a couple weeks off, but we are back, so I am going to lump together weeks 20 to 24 because I think that's what I'm at now, right? I just don't know. You know, chasing after a toddler kind of takes up all of my capacity in my brain, so I don't really know exactly how far along I am, but I do know that I am just talking to you today about weeks 21 to 24. So according to the Bump app, this week, my baby is the size of a cantaloupe, which is this big. I have a baby the size of this in my belly. Just saying. When I do take the time to really sit down and realize that I am pregnant and that I am growing bones and organs and an actual human inside of my body, it's really amazing what the human body can do. And I love being pregnant, and I love every single part of being pregnant. I know a lot of moms don't, but I do. For my weight gain, I really kind of stopped keeping track of it. Because again, I don't really have time to stand on a scale every day and check my weight. But I do know that I'm healthy. My gestational diabetes test was supposed to happen at 24 weeks, but I didn't do so well with the syrup drink that they give you the first time. So I opted out of doing that, which apparently you can do if you are if you're not at risk for it. Really, you can either opt out of doing it, and your doctor will tell you that you can't, but just do research because you can. Or they have alternatives, so you can have a certain amount of jelly beans or a certain amount of like a sugary drink like grape juice or something like that. So look into it if you're interested in kind of foregoing the very thick drink that's making me a little nauseous right now just thinking about it. I have been keeping track of my sugar though in the morning and then after I eat, just to kind of make sure that I am on track with everything and that I'm doing okay, because my dad has diabetes and so does my grandma, so it does, or did, my grandma did. So it does run in the family, but so far I'm doing great, and my weight gain is apparently right on track because nobody said anything about it. As far as maternity clothes, nobody wants to hear about my maternity clothes, but I am wearing a belt, a maternity belt, which I'll leave a link down below if you're interested. But this one has groin straps, which may sound funny to some of you, but you know, sometimes you get, not you, unless you're pregnant, you get groin pain, and this just kind of helps keep everything together. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. My sleep has been pretty okay. I'm having a lot of tailbone pain, so I've been seeing a chiropractor. So far, I'm still having tailbone pain, but hopefully the more I see the chiropractor, the more the pain will subside. I did have a lot of back labor with Olivia, which means that she was posterior when positioned posterior when she was in my belly. So hopefully with the chiropractor and then getting massages regularly, I can maneuver my pelvis area and uterus and tailbone and everything to kind of fall in alignment. So that's pretty much it. I can't really sit up in bed or sit for a long period of time because of my tailbone pain, but I'm working on it. I have been feeling movement mostly at night, but sometimes now during the day, which just now happened. So that's great. We still don't know the gender of the baby, and we're not going to find out. Speaking of not knowing the gender, you know what's annoying? This happened with Olivia too. When people give their unsolicited opinion on what they think you're having because you look a certain way. So if someone looks at your belly and based on the shape, they magically know if you're having a boy or a girl. And then they tell you that they think you're having whatever. Yeah, first of all, I didn't ask. Second of all, stop staring at me so much. And third of all, you have a 50% chance of being right. I think I've said this in another video before, and I know I've said this in life, and I know I said this in my first pregnancy, but everybody and their mom told me with my first pregnancy that I was having a boy because I was carrying like a boy, and oh, you're definitely having a boy. Oh my God, let me see your belly. Oh, you're having a boy. Well, guess what? I had a girl. And that's basically it for those few weeks update. Again, we have a cantaloupe, tomato, and I will be going back to making videos regularly every week, so stay tuned for those. Oh, baby's kicking. Maybe it has to do with the fact that I just had candy corn. But who cares? Today was one of those days where Olivia was just not having it at all. Yeah, so that's it. So thank you for watching. If you have any other questions, leave them in the comments below and I will be happy to answer them. Oh, food aversions and cravings. I'm not having any food aversions or any food cravings, and I actually don't even want to eat. I'm not hungry. I wake up full. If I eat something, I feel even fuller. So I feel like I'm at that point where your stomach is just like the size of a pea, and anything that you put in it is just going to make you feel even fuller. But I am snacking and I'm trying to keep my protein up, and my husband yells at me all the time for it. But I'm doing my best. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in my next one. Bye. Oh, I'm bleeding again. That's what I get for being a monkey. I sliced the top of my finger off. Here's a side note. I don't do good with knives. They attack me. And I was washing a knife the other day, and we had just sharpened it, and I didn't know that we did. By we, I mean my husband. I just sliced my finger off, okay? The top of my finger, and now I just hurt it because I gotta go.